amigos. Welcome to Lima, Peru. Welcome to my home today, and welcome to another cooking session here in Peru, in the capital of this beautiful country, Lima. Also one of the culinary capitals of the world. We Limanians, people from Lima, are, well, delighted for having this amazing cuisine with such a big variety of ingredients, of flavors and influences. So today's cooking class is going to be about a dish, a recipe that has Italian influence. Hola Marilu, hola Maple, hola amigos. Thanks for joining. Thank you so much for being here. And well, I am so happy to show you in every chapter of this cooking show something different, a different recipe, and also, well, different flavors. Peru is known as a country of a huge diversity of dishes. So today we're going to immerse in the Italian influence of Peru. We had a large Italian immigration, a huge immigration from Europe, and also a very important Italian immigration that, well, goes back to the time of the 19th century, time when we were living what we call the guano boom. So I will explain what that is, and also how important is the Italian presence in Peru. So well, today we have a delicious dish. As you know already from the title of this event, the name of this dish is Mondongo alla Italiana, also known as Mondonguito alla Italiana. So what is Mondongo? Mondongo is tribes. Italians, as Spanish and also as Peruvians, we share in common this idea, this love for eating. Tribes, for example, we don't waste any part of an animal that we consume, and cooked properly, cooked using the proper temperatures, amounts of time. All of these visceras can be very tasty, but it takes time. So let's begin also with our show. And as always, I'm going to share first with you the list of ingredients. I'm so happy also that some of our friends here know about Tripe, and they are open to try Tripe, which is something, unfortunately, less and less people in the world are doing. And there are so many benefits also from different organs. So we can also discuss about this during this cooking session. So remember, now, before using medicine, it's important to see food as a preventive medicine. And here in Latin America and in places in the world where we have more longevity, we can see people also consuming a large variety of products, not always the same things. So here, well, we have, of course, a big group of longevity people, seniors, who are living more than 100 years in amazing healthy conditions. So well, let's go to the list of ingredients for today. And by the way, I am creating a cookbook that is a present for my Patreons. So if you wish to access to this cookbook that has all the recipes that I have been developing for about 2 years in this channel, please consider becoming a Patreon. From as little as $2 per month, you can support this channel, support these classes, and also get exclusive access to not edited videos, and also cooking shows, well, every time you wish, plus the cookbook. Okay, so well, let's go now to the list of ingredients. So first of all, we're going to need potatoes. I'm using today this type of potato. This is yellow potato, and yellow potato is quite fast to be fried. So the potatoes need to be like fried like this, like French fries. I think you will call it French fries. So this step is already done. Look at the size of these potatoes. They are not super big, not too small. So you have to fry them and reserve them. By the way, you have to try French fries of yellow potato. Delicious. So I have used about 4 quite big potatoes, yellow potatoes, so let's say this size. I've seen usually in markets in Peru, regular size of potatoes, yellow potatoes are like this. So something like this would be good. For basically 4 servings. I will be preparing today's food for 4 servings. So we also need onion, 1 onion, chopping Juliana style. So this is just chopped, not cooked yet, and I have put some water and salt in it, so in that way it will not get dark. So we also need 1 tomato. So as you can see, the tomato is sliced. Also, I have removed the heart, the center of the tomato. It's also cut the same way like the onion. We need now about the flavors of our aderezo, which is the first part of every cooking, let's say Peruvian product. Every dish that we produce always comes with first an aderezo, which is the base of the flavor. And of course, yes, Maple, we have here garlic. This is garlic paste, okay? So we need garlic paste. We're going to be using about 1 spoon more or less of garlic paste. And we need also this. This is yellow chili paste. So by the way, I have something for you. I want to share something with you. So look at my new baby. If you want to know from where the chili comes, if you've never seen a plantain, a plant of chili, so this is how they grow. And these are baby chilies. So these are my baby chilies. So the scientific name of this plant is Capsicum baccatum. So this is the one we are using, but of course the chilies, when they are fully mature, they are very big. They are this big. We need also, well, 2 spoons of that paste and 2 spoons of what we call panca chili, which is paprika. It's paprika chili. So we have these 3, which are very important for the flavor of our dish. We need also tomato paste. And well, in Italian cuisine, tomato paste is of course fundamental. You know, remember pizzas, for example, and also there are many other recipes that have tomato paste. Tomato is native from the Americas, so how interesting, right? So well, we need tomato paste, approximately 4 spoons of tomato paste. So that's going to make it like more creamy, and also it will give a very nice consistency. We need, of course, salt. I'm using today Mara's salt, the pink salt of Peru, which is also now a very popular product around the world. There's also another pink salt, the Himalayan salt. So if you can, try Peruvian salt if you find it on the markets. It's also pretty much very similar. So then we're going to need, this is the fun part. And let me show you here our tripe. So how we've done, and next I'm going to move our camera down so you can have a chance of seeing very well this part of the explanation. So of course that I need to always do some steps in advance, and I have already boiled our tripe. So how it looks, let me show you. Here I have my forks, so you can have an idea. This is how tripe looks like, okay? we call it mondongo in Peruvian Spanish. It might be called differently in other parts of Latin America. So to be able to make the mondongo tasty and also soft, you need to do a couple of things. First of all, well, this is a dish that needs to be done with patience, because it's not like you boil it, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and that's it. No. My grandmother loved to do this dish. So she told me that, first of all, you have to boil this product, this cut, this tripe, for a long time. Like when it breaks the water into boiling, you have to turn down the fire and you have to leave it there boiling for close to 2 hours. So this tripe has been boiled for about 2 hours, right? With very, very low, almost minimal heat. So you're going to see that the water will not evaporate, but is going to continue in this bubbly, state. And this tripe is going to be soft when you finish the boiling. So as I said before, I boil it for 2 hours, but at very slow, very low temperature. And also, what is this? So let me show you this plant. This is hierba buena. I think you find it as mint in other countries. Let me know if you have any other name for this plant. It is very aromatic, and we use it a lot when we are boiling, for example, like tripe could be, or any other viscerals that have some liver, for example, that have a strong flavor, lung. This removes completely the aroma. Hierba buena. So HIEBA, hierba buena, BUENA. Okay, I hope I was able to spell it correctly. And if you can, please, Maple, try to type it here in the chat section. So also known as mint. Okay, so we're going to also need to add to the boiling salt. Not a lot, but let's say for this I added 2 spoons of salt. And this broth, muy bien, excellent, thank you Maple, thank you dear. So here you have in the chat section the name of the herb I used in Spanish. So the broth, which I have already reserved a bit of the broth here, I have reserved about 2 mugs, 2 cups of the broth. Is going to be used to constantly sort of like moist the this aderezo that we are going to be making together, which is the base of the flavor. So we don't want this mondonguito to be dry. Okay, so now we're going to also continue with the list of ingredients. Please take notes. And also this dish is going to be in the cookbook that I'm producing on Patreon. Okay, so we also need, of course, salt, we need cumin, we need pepper. That's going to be added a little bit later, just pinches of that. And we need also carrots and green peas. So carrots and green peas are already boiled. I boiled them let's say for about 15 minutes, and with a pinch of salt. So okay, so you need this already boiled and separated. And well, that's it. Also at the end, to add a little bit extra flavor, we need parsley. Okay, perejil in Spanish. Parsley, it is chopped very little. So let's now continue with the procedure. And if you have any question, let me know it, please. I would love to know if you're understanding all the process, if you are having a fun time. So I'm happy to have you here cooking with me. And well, every time I do these shows, there's something new. So well, I'm very, very happy to share new things always. So we're going to just put this. In a moment, I'm going to put the camera down. If I'm not able to answer a question immediately, it's because, of course, I need to tap in the screen to see the comments. So I will be doing that every more or less 5 minutes. Okay, so this is the broth. Okay, and we have a lot. I don't think we're going to need this, but we're going to put it aside. So I will wash this mondongo to remove the leaves that we have here attached to them. Okay. So how is your day, amigos? How are you feeling? In Lima, we have a great day. It's very normal in this season to have gray sky. It's not really a surprise, but most people are very surprised that Lima has this gray for a long time, for a long period of time. So I will check if there's any comment or any question, something. Do you add salt to the cooking? Yes, dear. I add salt to the boiling of the tripe, and also that flavors a bit the broth. So at the end, we don't need to add more. Just let me move a little bit backwards the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're going to cut the tripe, and you can see that is very soft. So we're going to be cutting the tripe for about, like, let's say more or less this size. Okay, so like a half of my finger, and the length down to here, right? So that is the size of a bite. The idea is that we will have the size of a bite every time. Okay, and let me also show you a little bit of the taste. It is boiled already, so it will not do anything bad on me. Just to give you an idea how tender it is. It is very tender, and from here that you can saute it, or you can add it to different stews. So don't be afraid of consuming this wonderful product. Many of these tribes are very rich in different nutrients. They add juice. So like this, you need to have also a sharp knife too. So we're going to put this here in the bowl that I'm reserving next. So are you able to see everything correctly? See, I have, by the way, a little delay on the arrival of the messages, but would like to know if everything is all right. I couldn't do this step like before because, well, I wanted to keep the tripe also like warm, so that's easier also for manipulating. Hi Ronnie, thanks for joining. But also I wanted you to see how it works. So what I'm doing now to make things easier for you all is to first of all cut all these stripes. Remember, this is tripe. And then we're going to cut them the little, so it's going to be easier for you to see and deduce how you should be cutting this. Can you replace this tripe with something different? Of course you can. Of course. You can replace this with chicken, for example. Some people prefer to use chicken, even in Peru, no? Maybe they don't like so much the taste of the tripe. So they say, nah, for me, better chicken. So let's see. Oh, this one is better. It's a little bit sharp. But also when it, as you notice, when it gets cold, most of these organs get a little bit more tricky to be cut. So now we're going to, do you know what tripe is, Ron? Thanks for adding that question, Maple. So I would like to know if you all have ever tasted tripe before. Is that something common in your country or not? Would you like to try it? Even though if you don't want to try tripe, remember you can replace it, for example, with chicken. I think that the first thing that comes to my mind is chicken, but you can use also other ingredients. Maybe you can make it even vegetarian. Why not? Of course. Of course, you can adapt this recipe to someone that has a vegetarian diet. It doesn't have milk, but in the original recipe that the Italians start to produce here, like the Italians try to recreate here, was the Italian tripe, also called Roman tripe. And that one had Parmesan cheese. Okay. So the mise en place of this dish takes time a little bit. You definitely need to have patience. Wake up early, go to the market, buy the tripe, boil it 2 hours. Then also boil the green peas, the carrots, but then everything is sort of like fried or stewed. Also remember that you have to fry your potatoes, as I showed you in the beginning. Give me a second, I will be washing these knives because I don't need to have an accumulation of knives in my kitchen, dirty. And we're going now to prepare for another step. Okay. And I will now check the chat. Thanks, amigos, for joining today to my cooking class. It means a lot to me having you all. So let's see the chat. Is there any question? Organs is care. Oh, I'm so sorry, Arlene, but no worries. Remember, you can also use something different. You can use chicken. So, well, we're going now to continue. Okay, so I'm trying to follow exactly the same recipe I have here. So in that way you can also replicate it exactly the same. So once again, look at this. Sometimes when we don't follow a recipe, like we do things in different orders. So I want to do it exactly the same way. You can do it at home from the guidance of my cookbook. Okay? Muy bien. So now we're going to put our pan here in the stove. I'm going to take out the excess water from washing it. We're going to leave it there for a moment until it dries completely. and we'll begin with the magic. So French fries help everything we put. Yes, Arlene. You know, French fries are wonderful. Oh, and you know from where the potatoes come from, right? So, well, Peruvians are very proud of our potatoes, and we are very into our potatoes. So this is French fries from yellow potato. Okay, Canada. Yes, well, now potatoes belong to the world. So it's all right. So, well, now we're going to dry our pan. We don't want any, you know, like pum 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 from when I put the oil there. That happens when you have water in the pan. So it's all dry. And now we're going to begin adding the oil. So I see you're having fun over there. How many potatoes do you know from your city? Like, how many potatoes do you have in your city? Maple is completely right. In Peru, we have over 3,000 kinds of potatoes. Oh, it's amazing. So now we're going to move down the camera in direction to our and now you can see that we have in our frying pan for only maple. Wow. Well, here we have, usually in any market in Peru, the least number of potatoes you're going to find is 30. The least. I'm not talking about, you know, the rural zones where you can have 50, no, but 30 potatoes is the least you can find. Lucky. We're very, very lucky. So we have more or less 2 spoons of oil here. And we're going to begin with the aderezo. Aderezo is not dressing, because I think dressing for you is like what you put in the salad, like a vinagreta, we say, instead of dressing. Woohoo! Okay. And we're going to add all the flavors now. So aderezo is something different. 1, 2. Is the base of the flavor. Don't be afraid when it starts like, you know, doing this. It's worse when you do that. Just take a little distance from the pan. You can lower a little bit also, if you wish. And then 1 spoon, 2 spoons of the red chili. So we're going to cover our pots. We don't want the beautiful aroma of our chili paste goes away. And we're going to cook just for a little while. Remember that the garlic cooks fast and it burns fast. We're going to leave it here for a little while, moving, so in that way it will not be burned. Just give me a second. I'm going to bring also our cumin and pepper. Delicious. I love, love, love cumin in particular. It is my favorite spice. Some people don't use it much, but I think it's fundamental for Peruvian cuisine to use it. pepper in the order in which you should do it, beginning or end. It really depends a lot on you or the tradition in your house. My grandma used to use condiments in the beginning because she said that that was the point in which the aderezo was being prepared and it was taking all the flavors, so it was necessary to add it at that point. Okay, so we're going to add now, this is an equivalent of more or less 1 pinch of cumin, and we have also sort of like 1 pinch of pepper. Okay. Thanks to my friends who are joining. Thank you so much for being here doing this event live. There is going to be an edited version of this event with just the recipe later on YouTube on my channel, but the full version of this event with no interruptions, like step by step, minute by minute, will be on Patreon. So if you wish to have access later to this cooking show, please become my Patreon. That will help me really a lot to continue creating this content. Okay, so now we're going to use our tomato paste. So by the way, we already had a look at this, quite dry. Oh, this is the spices. the pepper. So this is how the paste resulting looks like, right? Look at this. And now we're going to integrate it all with the tomato sauce. So how many spoons? 4 spoons. So here we have the base of the flavor. We're not adding salt in this moment because you know that already there's some salt in the broth. Oh, so we don't want to add too much salt. So that we're going to correct later. The heat is sort of like medium. It's not so... Thank you, Arlene. Gracias. In Spanish, we say salud. When someone sneezes, we say salud. Bless you. Thank you so much. So it's now sort of like drying a little bit. We're going to add in a moment a little bit of our broth. Okay? So let's add our broth here. And it has also a little bit of, you know, like it has separated the fat. We're going to add, this is on demand of the dish, like as much as is needed. There's not just one specific amount, at least not in Peruvian cuisine. You will never be given in the recommendations in the recipe, like, I don't know, 1 glass. No, it's just, I measure. Okay, so I hydrated this, oh, forget of this. We're going to rinse our, sorry for giving you my bag. I put our onions chopped already in water and a bit of salt. So that's why I will not be adding in the beginning the salt. It's going to be later. Okay, so look at my plate. I love it. It's Peruvian style ceramic. So this is 1 onion, okay, cut Juliana style. moment, I'm going to check on the comment section. Well, I don't want to forget to mention also that this year has been a year of a lot of, new adventures, new things. And finally, I made the decision that starting next year, I will begin offering in-person cooking classes here in my home in Lima, Peru. So if you know someone that is coming next year and wants to experience cooking classes, cooking lessons at the home of someone, a Peruvian, a person who is not a chef, but is a mom that loves to cook and has this passion for food, well, you have me here. So this is going to happen next year, but I just want to let you know how it's going to be. So if you come to Lima also, let me know, please. Have to hydrate a little bit more. Next is going to be our tomato. So I will remove some things from our table so I can have everything clear. I don't know if you're like me, but I really can't work with clutter. Just going to leave the things we need here. Going to put also the things we are going to continue needing. Okay. Haha, Maple, please come here. Come to my house. I would love to have you here, cook with me every day. I know you love cooking, so I would love to see you cooking. So we're going now to add tomatoes. This is one tomato only. We took out the heart of the tomato, so it's just the skin of the tomato, and we're going now to move it a bit. Okay, in a moment we will add our mondongo. Okay. So look, it's really not so long the time you need for integrating everything. We have really taken the first minutes to explain how everything had to be. So how much of mondongo we had here? Well, this is 1 kilogram of mondongo. But it reduces a lot when you boil it. So if you consider you will not eat this much, like for us, for 4-person, 5-person, this is enough, this is good, because we have big appetite in Peru. But you can do also good if you have like half a kilogram, 500 grams of mondongo, but it would be only half of this. So remember, when you cook it, it reduces. Okay, so now we're going to add this beautiful to our mix. I saw there is a comment. I will check in a moment the comment. Look, that is now having a beautiful color. It has a beautiful, beautiful color. We need, of course, to add more broth. That's going to be in a moment, but let's first integrate everything. Oh, look at this. This is one mark with a number 3. That's when they are hanging. When they are hanging, they have, you know, the weight, the number, the code. Okay. We're going to leave it here for a couple of minutes. And let's check also on the chat. Okay. Oh yes, Marilu, like I would love to see Maple, just to see her. And seeing her cooking, that would be like, wow, the best. I'm sure Maple cooks like wonderfully. By the way, amigos, Maple is a friend of already like many years, huh? Between 2, almost 3 years, friends from the beginning of the pandemic. And she loves cooking, so we know how much she loves these sessions. So I'm going to add a bit more of liquid now. It has to be liquidy. And that is because later when we present this dish, is going to be with a sort of like a base of French fries. And the liquid that will come, we're going also to add it on the French fries. So we need some liquid there, okay? When we add in a moment, because we're leaving everything to integrate, the flavors to be absorbed by the mondongo, by the tripe, we're going to add this, and then we're going to check on the salt, okay? So the Italians, let me tell you a little bit about the Italian influence in Peru. As I was saying, you know, the Italians came to Peru in the 19th century after the independence, the proclamation of the independence of Peru. Peru opened the doors to this country to immigrants, mainly from Europe, but also we had immigrants from China, and at the end of that century from Japan. So the Italian immigration can be traced back to more or less the years 1850, 1860, when many of them came looking for opportunities. The majority of the Italian immigrants were not rich or wealthy. They were working class Italians. They were also farmers. Many were fishermen also. And this dish was born, so far we know, in Callao, not far away from Lima. Callao is where the port and the airport are both located. So in La Punta, in Callao, is where this dish was served for the first time. I know from the investigation I've done that the origin of this dish is really a delicious recipe called Italian tripe, also known as Roman tripe. And the way of presentation of that dish was not with French fries, but was with Parmesan cheese on top. Also, well, that's another option. You can also try it like that. But of course, we're Peruvian, so we add potatoes to pretty much anything. So now we're going to add this. Some people in Peru like their carrots, to be cut long, almost like the onion, right? But well, if you like your carrots to be cut long, you can add it like that, long. I prefer them like this. I don't know why. I like the square, almost little dice shape. Okay. It's so colorful, this dish. So colorful, so tasty. I have to add this. Well, I don't want to forget about it. Just a little bit more of this broth. Okay, now it's good. And we're going to check in a moment how much salt we need to add, okay? We need to integrate also to this flavor the carrots and the green peas. So I will now taste the broth or this liquid that is in the bottom. How do you serve this dish? Well, you serve it with rice and French fries. Well, I think I don't eat too high in salt. For me, that is perfect. But my husband likes a little bit more salt than me, so let's adjust a little bit. That would be like 1 teaspoon, more or less, of salt. And also keep in mind that we're going to be serving this with the French fries, so it needs to be just a little bit over the salt, so in that way to also bring some to the French fries. Okay, so this is almost done. We have always kept the temperature of the stove not so high. Temperature is low, like medium, basically, not low, but medium. And now we are adding parsley. It's the last part. So, what do you think about this dish? Would you eat it with tripe, or would you eat it maybe with chicken, or maybe something different? And if you would eat it with something different, please share it here, because I would like to know what other options I can also use for my mondonguito a la italiana. Okay, amigos, this is it. Sorry for giving you my bag. I'm just washing my hands, preparing for the grand finale. Yes. Garlic bread. Oh my God. Chicken for sure. Yes, Marilu, chicken is a great option. Throw a little bread and there too. Yes, Peruvians love our carbs. We love carbs. We love potato and rice together. That you know very well, right, Maple? In almost every show I've done, I have included rice, with very few exceptions. And in probably 50% of my shows, potatoes and rice in the same dish. So now I'm going to prepare this section of my kitchen for the presentation of the dish. How you should be presenting this dish. How you should be showing your beautiful mondongo a la italiana to your friends when they come to home, and you want to surprise them the best way. So now, then you put here, and also place better the camera because it's not really looking down. So, sorry, just going to present our dish now. So, we need rice, of course. Who can live without rice? I have my rice cooker. You know who taught me the name of this, you know, home appliance, maple. She told me that the name of this machine was rice cooker. It was a long time ago. So we are now putting our rice in a mold for a very nice presentation. Okay. Well, I've been learning so much of cuisine with you all, friends. Oh, it's a little bit wet. Let's just dry it better. I don't want any water to filtrate into our dish. So now we're going to, oh, look at that. How nice. Thanks to my amigos who've been here, also participating on this live cooking class. We are in the last part, the grand finale. And of course, the grand finale is to taste. So, we also use the fork for putting the French fries. So how we're going to be putting the French fries? Let me do something very nice. Like, let's play a little bit like if we were chefs. So you can put just like in the way you wish the potatoes. But I've seen some people that do like these little towels with the French fries like this, okay? So just a bit of French fries, okay? And now, thanks, we are going to use our very big cooking spoon. Look at this one. That is almost the size of my head. And we're going to, oh yes, that's right, Maple, my brother, who is an excellent cook, and we used to do a cooking show together for a virtual platform of tours. He taught me to present dishes nicely. Like, my brother is wonderful. He cooks really good. Look at that. Oh, we can put a little bit of the cream, the juice. And we're going to clean now the plate because we need to make it look presentable for you all. Look at that. And here we have our delicious Mondonguito alla Italiana, Tripe Italian style. This is one of the most beloved Peruvian Italian dishes, and it shows also this brotherhood between two nations, between Italy and Peru. And this is, I think, like the product of that embrace we received from Italians when they decided to make this land their home, and to raise their kids here. So the very last part of this dish or this cooking show is to try to taste this for you. So let me now taste it for you. I know this is the hardest part for you because you cannot taste it right now, but you can do it at home, and I'm sure you're going to love it. Remember that you can also use some replacements if you wish to, let's say, to not use tripe. You can use chicken. So, bon appetit. It's so soft. It's really worth it to be 2 hours boiling. But it's fantastic. And this cuisine is getting lost because we don't have the time to dedicate to doing this. But I think we should have the chance to at least save one day of our week to cook something for us that is more elaborated. It can be therapeutical also. Well, how's the potato with the sauce? Let's check. Well, amigos, this was another success. Thank you so much for joining. Gracias, Arlene. Gracias, Maple. Gracias, amigos. Gracias, Marilu. Thanks for being here, to you all. If you wish to see the full length of this event, when it's going to be put on recording mode, you can become a Patreon. That would be super fantastic. With as little as $2 per month, you can also support with $5, $10, $20, as much as you can. You're going to get access to a gallery of videos that have been not edited. So they are full-length videos of all the steps by steps. So there you can see not just cooking shows, also history lectures that I do. I am an official tour guide here in Peru, so I love history. You can access to those recorded events, full events there. Also, you can support on PayPal. That would be super fantastic, and I will be sending you back this complete full recording from beginning to end for your enjoyment. So, well, thanks a lot for coming. Thank you so much for visiting me in Lima, Peru, and look forward to seeing you in another cooking show. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Oh, gracias, Maple. Gracias. Well, I think, hyperactive. I do everything. So, but I'm so happy that these sessions are being useful to you all. Well, gracias, amigos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely weekend. You deserve the best weekend ever. So I declare this weekend is going to be wonderful for all of us. Best to you all. Ciao, ciao. Gracias. See you soon. Thank you.